we went back to our purpose. I mean, it wasn't a boardroom process. What does the purpose say? How does it work? Our deep belief, we have to do things differently. We have to innovate. How do we make people healthier? And I think our insight was, why don't we flip this thing around? Why don't we make the gyms available to our people, right? Why don't we sell the gyms to our base? Or even better, what if the gyms were free, if you're a member of Discovery? And kind of I learned in that moment that you start with the end in mind. What if the gyms were free if you belong to Discovery? If we could achieve that, we would just absolutely soar. And the idea behind that is completely in line with our purpose, make people healthier, create a product that's aspirational. We just couldn't figure out how to do it, right? But I'll tell you, this is my experience in, I'm slightly off the topic, in R&D and innovation. Start with the end in mind. Forget about market. Don't sound like Steve Jobs too much, but kill the market research and bull and have a vision. What is the vision? If you have the vision, you can get there. In my experience, you can. With smart enough people, you can. And so we had this idea, what if the gyms were free? And then we had the simple idea, well, only way to do this, could you earn the gym, right? Could you maybe do healthy things and then you get membership of the gym? Could we create like a health bank, so to speak? You do healthy things and you earn like a health currency, and if you do well enough, you get the gyms for free. And so what came out of that was vitality, the idea of doing healthy things, getting these points, and you get the gym for free, basically. We did a whole lot of other stuff around that. We had lotteries and whatever. But the real headline issue of vitality was you got access to the gym, and you do healthy things to get there. It was, as we kind of came up with that, we knew this thing is a killer. The idea of the gyms, flipping it around, was absolutely a killer. And so I remember launching it with our team at the planetarium. We used to do it to our broker community. It was a bizarre launch. We had about 500 brokers in the planetarium. We spoke down to them like God coming down, from the roof, right? But I tell you, it just separated us completely. Beside the kind of the sex appeal of the gyms and whatever, this idea of earning a healthy currency, the idea of doing healthy things, being incentivized. Now it's common cause. We all know it. It's an important thing to do. In those days, it wasn't. Prevention and wellness was a soft, fluffy thing. And we faced a lot of controversy. The hardcore health people, editorials in the press about this is wasteful. We should be focusing money on health care, on curative care, hospital costs, medical inflation. You guys are wasting money on flights, on gyms, on soft things, and it was controversial. And so we went on and on through the process, and we had the same idea. What if you did healthy things and you could fly for free? The same kind of vision. And so Vitality started this year-by-year kind of, how can I say, just evolution of innovation to innovation on the same lines of make people healthier. And so to an extent, there's many things that we've done, but I would argue that was a physical manifestation of the purpose of make people healthier. But I think the real breakthrough from an actuarial perspective came when we flipped this into Discovery Life, into life insurance. Although prevention and wellness is obviously a critical issue around healthcare and healthcare costs, its effect on mortality is crucial. And so we had this simple idea without data, what if we flex the premiums of life insurance based on how you engage in health? If we integrated vitality into the life product. And that was really at the start of Discovery Life. It was an interesting idea. There was very little data about what these things could do. And if you know life insurance, you're setting guaranteed rates for 40 years, actuarial certifications required. There's difficult things to do. But we did create this kind of integrated matrix. It has become a cornerstone of everything we're doing. So that you get a discount, assuming you're a select life initially, and then your premium flexes over time based on how you engage in the program. And over time, we've learned to understand the causation, the correlations, and how that works. But I will tell you, it created a sea change for us in life insurance. And to an extent, I'm an absolute and total, I'm evangelical about this. To me, the old life insurance model is broken. The idea that you get underwritten at a point in time, and then you pay the same rate for 40 years, right? That's how it works. Despite the fact that most of the risk that you face is behavioral. It happens during the currency of the contract, right? So the idea of pricing risk accurately in a life insurance process, actuarially sound, is completely ludicrous if you keep the rate the same despite the behavioral change of the individual. And so the Discovery Life integrated model was formed in that process. And over years, that was really the genesis of this integrated shared value model of how you bring together behavioral change into the actuarial pricing of insurance. I will tell you the effect was dramatic. We offered products at a cheaper price. We instead of healthy people leaving us and the sick staying, we kept the healthy in. So the selective lapsation effect was powerful. And then the behavioral change, people in the system changing their health over time, over a lengthy period, shows in the data. It's incredibly compelling. There is no, if you look at a portfolio of people on that kind of chassis to a classic insurance model, I'd argue it's completely different. Classic life insurance, you're bleeding off healthy lives all the time. Your portfolio over time probabilistically gets worse. In our case, we're getting a completely different dynamic. And so to an extent, it offered like the best of all worlds of something that adds value to the customer, makes him healthier, but gives shareholders a much better, more sticky product. And so the Discovery Life process got us thinking about this idea of how you can integrate wellness and the purpose into the product.